Hi there, folks. Chris Lavold here, talking about Google Classroom. Just want to show you what I do in my classes. I use Google Classroom differently throughout the day. As you can see, I've got an English 10 Lit class, a Brit Lit class, and a creative writing class. And in the English 10 Lit and the British literature classes, I use them basically as an online diary of what we did in class. I do PDFs and things like that. So let's go to Brit Lit once and I'll show you my stream. And as you can see, yesterday we read The Pardoner's Tale and viewed two versions of it, which were quite different from one another. And then we also worked on the Build a Pilgrim assignment, which is due tomorrow. So what I did is, anybody that was absent yesterday was able to read this and see what we did. I did The Pardoner's Tale PDF. I copied it out of the book and uploaded it to the computer. And then I also showed a little YouTube video on The Pardoner's Tale that we watched in class so that the students could watch it. I'll just click on the PDF once so that you can see what it looks like. Students are able to access it and read through The Pardoner's Tale so they don't have to take home the huge textbook, and they have no excuse for saying, hey, I didn't have my book at home. And like I said, they can watch the video. Just dropping down to show you some other stuff I've done. I print this week's vocab list so that if they forgot their vocab list at school, hey, they can print it out at home and do it at home. They have no excuses. And then I'll talk a little bit about turning assignments in on Google Classroom a little bit more when we go to creative writing, but you can collect assignments right here. So just example, you can see that 15 have turned it in and 5 haven't. This assignment was due today. We were writing a modern day pilgrim, and it appears that 5 of my students are not done on time. One more example, when we were reading the Canterbury Tales General Prologue, again, I had the PDF of the 28 pages from the textbook. I had a background on Chaucer, and I also had a Middle English version of the first 23 lines of the General Prologue that was there that we did in class, so students can get caught up. So let's go back out to English 10, and again, this is something I did yesterday. We gave a test in class today, and they were going to have to take a test, and then they were going to have to read a story and kind of analyze it for the elements of literature and the plot diagram and stuff. And I actually released a story last night just to see if anybody would read it ahead of time, maybe compare notes, and you just get a head start. And when I asked everybody in class today, so did anybody take me up on it? I had like 3 kids that said they took a look at it. They're like, well, I saw the email, but when it's talking about tomorrow, I figured it didn't matter. But this is a kind of a cool way. You can have like little things on there that if they check Google Classroom, maybe they can get some extra bonuses. This could have helped immensely if 2 people had read the story and could have talked about it today before they took the test. And again, it's an online diary. Every day I just say what we did in class. We're using no red ink in 10th grade English, and every week I put together a little Google slide presentation of the rules of grammar. So here you can see they can access this slideshow at any time. I'll just throw it up here for a second. And they can read the rules. And again, this is all on my Google Classroom. Okay. We read The Sound of Thunder last week, and there was a video, and this is kind of nice. I did not show this in class. I put it up as a supplement that they could do on their own and watch it. And again, I kind of polled the class. Anybody watch it? About 2 kids out of 23 said, yeah, I watched it. The rest of them did not. But at least I gave them the opportunity to view the video. The last thing I'm going to talk about today with Google Classroom is taking in assignments. And my creative writing class, I basically do everything on here. And I think I'll start down at the bottom. Whoops. So first thing we start off in creative writing is 6-word memoirs. And I use Google Docs. And you can see here, when you create an assignment, each student gets a copy. So they type on that, and then they turn it in, and it goes right into a folder for me. So, for example, all 17 of my students in this class did it. I can click on here, and I can read someone's. Okay, so I will just randomly pick Adam Hagen. I'll click on a 6-word memoir, and I can take a look at this. One of his memoirs was Mr. Lavold Took My Phone, Ridiculous. Okay, yeah, he's a smart aleck. So the idea behind this assignment was they had to write things that express things about their life in 6 words or less, and they had to write 15 of them. And as you can see, he did the assignment. I score it, and then once I'm done scoring it, I return it. Okay, and I've got all the students right here. It's nice in a folder for me. Sometimes I use this to spread information. Like here, I'm sharing an article on showing, not telling, so the students could read this and access it. I did teach it in class, but I just wanted them to also have the article in case they wanted to look at it later on. And I had another Google Doc that I created that they could access that had show, don't tell examples on it, so that we could learn how to do this lesson. And I realize you probably aren't that interested in my English lessons, but I'm just trying to show you all the different things that they can do. It's a really good way to share resources and keep them accountable for checking up what they did in class. So as you can see, this Create a Character Part 2, which was due on February 8th. 10 are done, 7 aren't done. So let's look at the not done list. These kids are all on my feces list right now because they are not completed. And so when I put these in the grade book, the grade's going to suffer. They can still turn it in, but they are definitely behind. Again, I do an online diary of what we did in class. And one thing that we did recently, we watched a film and we decided to do a script writing exercise. So I had them watch the first hour and 15 minutes of a movie, and then they had to finish it, writing it in script form. So that was what was due today. And I posted the script of the movie. I posted the Internet Movie Script Database, which is kind of a cool website if you want to read a script of a movie. There's tons of them on here. You can see Star Wars right there, The Revenant's there. Although, if you click on The Revenant, check this out. Evidently, it is pornography because I cannot read it. Look at that, pornography. I just went to the movie last night, and I will tell you there's no pornography in it. But whatever, I digress. But that's what I use Google Classroom for. So again, I use English 10 and Brit Lit as kind of a catch-up in class. If you're absent, you have no reason to not know what we did. And in creative writing, this is the way that they turn their assignments in. Now, one cool feature I want to show you. Right now, you might be saying to yourself, oh, this looks like a lot of work, Chris. I don't want to do this all the time. Let me show you something. If you're willing to put the time in to build this Google Classroom the first time, it will reward you later on. If you go to the plus sign, you can either create an announcement, create an assignment, create a question, or reuse a post. Now, if I click on reuse a post, I can actually go to my old classes. So, for example, look at this. I have Creative Writing Term 4 from Block 1 in March of 2015. I can click on this class, hit select, and it's got all of my assignments that I had here. So all of a sudden, let's say I want to, we do what's called let's do song parody. We make up a parody of a song with our own lyrics. Let's click on that, and I can put reuse. I hit this, and now I've got my Weird Al Yankovic Word Crimes YouTube video that I used. I've got the song parody assignment sheet, and then I've got the song parody assignment that says make a copy for each student, which they will use to turn in. And now I just I tweak this if I like something, and all I have to do is hit assign, and it'll go into my new Google Classroom. So all that work I put into last year saved me about 5 minutes today. I just stick it into my stream, and you can see here I did not stick in my stream because I'm not ready to put that into my Google Classroom yet, but it would be that easy. I just go there and hit reuse post. And then I'm sure someone else is going to talk about this, but anytime I update the class, this is a create announcement, okay? And let's just, I guess we could quickly do this. You hit create announcement, and what's the cool thing is you can write things that we did in class, but you can also do links. Here's links that you can use from your H drive. Here's links that you can use from your Google Drive. Here's a YouTube video, and here's just a URL. You can put all these things in here, and that's what creates these posts. And that's what I really like about Google Classroom is it's almost as useful for me as it is for my students, because now I have an online organization of things that I've covered, and I look at it as it's just going to make my life a little bit easier next year. I can kind of see where my pacing was, what kind of things I used, and of course I'm always looking to tweak things. I don't want to recycle all my posts all the time, but at least some of the legwork is done for me. So I'm about ready to wrap this up, but what I'd like to say is I know there's people out there that probably think this is a lot of work. Honestly, if you've got 5 to 15 minutes a day to keep this thing updated, and during your prep time, just any video you use in class from YouTube, you stick it on here, you write about what you do. I want you to just think about the fact that your students no longer have any excuses being absent and saying they didn't know what to do. If they have an internet connection, they can see what we did in class today for the most part. And like I said, I'm posting the PDFs. They can even read the story. Oh, I didn't have the textbook. Oh, yes, you did. You had the PDF right online. And keeping the students accountable is a great thing, but then also just keeping myself accountable, being able to look and see what we did in class the last time I taught this. So I really like all of those features of Google Classroom. The last thing I want to say, I can't show it to you on the screencast, but you can load a Google Classroom app on your smartphone, and you can access your stream. The kids can access the stream. They can do their assignments right on their smartphone. So again, this has compatibility with everything. The home internet, your smartphones. It's just a really nice tool. And I'll stop there and just say, if anybody has any questions about what I do or anything like that, I'd be happy to answer anything. Just give me a call or send me an email and we can talk about it. Thanks for listening.